Hello, everyone, and welcome to my screencast. Today we're going to be talking about Robert Lee Frost. He was born March 26, 1874, in San Francisco, California, in the United States. Unfortunately, he had passed away January 29th, 1963, in Boston, Massachusetts. Some of his most famous poems include The Outright Gift, Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening, Birches, Mending Wall, and The Road Not Taken. We will be diving deeper into the poem The Road Not Taken today. The Road Not Taken was initially published in the Atlantic Monthly for the month of August in 1915, and then it was used as his opening poem for his collection Mountain Interval in 1916. It was said that this poem was written for a friend. This poem consists of 20 lines and 4 stanzas consisting of 5 lines each. The Road Not Taken. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for the passing there, had worn them really about the same. In both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I ever should come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. When we break down this poem line by line, we get a lot of details shown to us. As seen in line 1, we get the setting revealed to us that it is fall time in the woods. And then in line 2, we get introduced to the conflict of the poem, where our traveler is conflicted on which path to take. And for lines 3 through 5, they are trying to debate on whether they should take one path or the other by looking down one path as far as they could. But they could only see so far because the path bends. Within lines 6 through 8, we see that our traveler has decided to choose the other road despite of how much time they had took looking at the first road. And as we continue on, lines 9 through 10 show us the realization that they're truly not different from the start. And then as for 11 and 12, it adds to our setting a little bit more, adding to the effect that it is fall with the leaves being stepped on, as no other season really has leaves on the ground. And for 13 through 15, they're letting us know that they had saved this path for another day, but they doubt that they're ever going to come back or if they should come back, as they know how the path that they're taking could lead them further away. And in line 16, I shall be telling this with a sigh. It seemed to be a sigh of relief of their decision that they have chosen. Lines 17 through 20, ending the poem, lets us know that the traveler feels that in the future that they're not going to hold any regret with the path that they had chosen, as it was the path that made all the difference. Now, when it comes to our rhyme scheme is actually pretty simple and easy to follow. It is A, B, A, B. Now, looking at our beautiful picture over here, our A's are highlighted in yellow while our B's are highlighted in orange. Within our first stanza, we can both see would and both don't rhyme. So would would be A, both would be B. Would and stood and could all rhyme, making them all A's, and both an overgrowth rhyme, as they both have the th at the end. But the poem does follow this consistently throughout all the way, changing nowhere, keeping the A B A A B throughout the whole entirety of the poem. So when it comes to the rhythm of this poem, it is a little tricky to follow because it is iambic tetrameter, but an iamb is always being replaced with an anapest. And in two places of this poem, an iamb is being replaced with amphibrach. Now, highlighted is our anapests in this poem. As we can see in a yell, could not tra, beller long as I could in the un. And then we have our two amphibrachs, a y kept and the difference. An anapest would be two unstressed followed by one stressed, while an amphibrax is a stressed that is sandwiched between two unstressed syllables. So, for the theme of this poem, it has an overall arcing theme of nonconformity, as you see that there are two roads and you have to pick one. That can be compared in the aspects of life. You have two paths in life that you're going to take, and you can only pick one. You can pick the one that everyone has decided to go down, or you could choose the one that you want to go down. And lines that I think support this would be lines 6 through 10. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that passing there, had really warned them about the same. In these lines, it is showing that even though that the other path has been walked thoroughly and is well traveled, our reader still chooses to go the path that is less traveled by, apparent as apparent through it was grassy and wanted wear. And the personification of this path makes the drive of our traveler to go down it even stronger. Now, another sign of support of no regret, at least with this decision, would be lines 16 through 20. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverge, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This is our traveler being upfront with us, saying, in the future, I'm not going to regret this. I'm going to be happy that I took this road that was less traveled by. Now, when it comes to minor themes, we have little things that could be its own overarching theme. Like the road itself is its own metaphor, which could be tied to our theme. The road is a path in life and where it takes you and how you decide to follow it. It can be deceiving where it brings you, as seen in line number 5, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Our traveler could not see where that path had led, and they didn't even look at the other path to see where it had led. So, that being said, it can be deceiving where it brings you, but our traveler wants us to know, even if we choose the wrong path, to live with no regrets. So, we shall now ask the question: could they truly weigh the differences, not knowing the other half of the path, to know whether it truly had made all the differences that it did? As they only looked down the path to see where it curved at the bend and under the undergrowth. So they truly couldn't see everything. They only got a glimpse of what it was capable of. So could they truly weigh out all without knowing the other half? All right. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me and all my technical difficulties along the way. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.